Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I do hope you stick around. Before I start, I just want to say a huge thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all so much. Every single time I see just one more subscriber, it makes my whole day, so thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed. Today I'm going to be reacting to some more Little Mix. Since my last videos just hit 2,000 views, which is amazing, then I thought it was time for another Little Mix video. I've got a few videos that have been highly requested on my last Little Mix video, and most of them were covers that Little Mix have done. These are the ones that have been requested the most, so I thought I'd start with this, and yeah. So the first one I'm going to listen to is Perrie Edwards' All By Myself cover. Her tone is so beautiful. The resonance is quite nasally at the moment, which is very similar to what Celine Dion does, but that's beautiful. Like, the control is so good. She has such control over each note she's singing, so it's flowing really flawlessly. She's got this beautiful rich tone there, but then when she went into that falsetto, I thought she was gonna like keep that part on the chest, but she went into falsetto, which is great because it gives it a really good dynamic and it means there is room to build, which I love. There's the belt. Just got to mention also, she's there in like sweatpants and no makeup on, and she's still putting all this beautiful emotion into the song. Like, you don't need to be all dressed up fancy in a fancy environment on a stage. You could still get into character singing a song no matter what. I love that she placed it first on falsetto and then she belted the second time. The sound quality of the recording's not that great, so it's kind of getting a bit muffled when she's belting because it's loud, but you can still hear that tone in her belt notes is so flawless, and her control over them. I love how she kind of lifted her leg up to help her control that. When you're singing a note that high, you're belting a note like that, you've got to kind of control it here, you've got to push as much as you can, but when you're holding it for that amount of time, you know, you've got to make sure it doesn't slip at any point. You've got to keep that control for the whole note. So she's controlling it with her whole body, which is great. Like, you know, everyone's got their own way of being able to do that, which is great. I love that she's doing that. It's funny, but it's, you know, we all do it, and it's nice to see that when someone's singing live, you can see those little movements like that, whereas on recordings you don't see it, or on like a music video, obviously you look so chill when you belt in a high note, when really you do stuff like that. What's amazing is she's doing all this belting and all these belting high notes, and she's still, her voice is so resilient, it's still strong by the end of the song. Like, she doesn't need to, she was taking a bit of a break, but like, you know, her voice is still perfectly strong and controlled even by the end, which is amazing. Her tone still remains really rich up in that top end. In that top end, the placement is kind of belt, but it's more of a mixed belt, and yet the richness of the tone is still there and still strong. She has a flawless passaggio. The passaggio is the flawless transition through the different voices, so through from your falsetto head voice to your chest voice to your mixed voice. You know, there's not like an obvious break between any of those voices. It's flawless and smooth transition, which obviously she does really, really well in this song. I think she's just recorded that through her phone or something, but I'd love to hear like a proper recorded version so you can really hear the strength of those notes. Her voice really suits that song, definitely. It doesn't really shock me though, not in a bad way. I mean that, like, I know Perrie's voice is amazing and I know she can belt these amazing notes. So it's amazing, yeah, it's insane, but it's like, yeah, she can do that. Of course she can do that. The next song I'm going to listen to is Jessie Nelson. This is her cover of Be The One. I thought this was the Dua Lipa song at first, but apparently it's not. So I don't actually know this song. Let's go. Jessie's voice is so unique. I said this in my last video, but like her tone is, she makes every song her own because of how unique her tone is, and the way she pronounces certain words, like makes it her own. Her vibrato is so strong in every song she sings. She's got this beautiful vibrato. It's all just part of her voice, and she just makes everything she sings her own. She's not trying to be anyone else. She's not trying to copy the singer. She's just Jessie. That placement there, it was just all falsetto, but you've got that. I don't even know how to describe this. It's like just these beautiful like dynamics. Like you're swapping different voices. It kind of sounds like a bit of a cry. It's like be the one, be the. That's chest one, and you're switching again like a little passaggio. It adds emotion to what you're singing, so it's really effective. Like the way she says impossible, it's like impossible, but like that's just part of her voice. That's what I mean, it makes it really unique, and that's part of her tone. Another thing that she does really effectively is her riffs and melismas that are all her, like the runs, they're always on point, always. She's got this perfect amount of breathiness coming through as well for those falsetto notes. So it adds that, again, it adds emotion when you've got the right amount of breathiness in those kind of notes, because if it was just straight and pure, which is beautiful for some kind of like musical theatre kind of stuff, but when a song like this, you need that right amount of breathiness to give it that emotion and that edge. It's crazy how at the end you can see she does that little giggle, but the good thing about that is she's kind of coming back to reality. You can tell because of how much she's herself at the end. It makes it more obvious how much she was into the song before that. Like she was just concentrating on nothing else but that song and those lyrics she was singing. So when she kind of came back into reality at the end, it was like a big like change. I think it's really nice to see them singing individually as well, because they are great as a band, and again, I said this in my last videos, they have such great individual voices that it just makes it more effective when they're together. But it's really nice to hear them individually and singing on their own as well, because then you can really see what they can do, you know, alone. The last one I'm going to listen to is a cover that they've all done together. Now this is Love on the Brain. I'll leave all the videos that I reacted to down below in the description box.
And you got me like, ooh, what you want from me, what you want from me. And I tried to buy you pretty high, the price too high. You can put me together and throw me against the wall. Baby, you got me like
All that beginning part was a cappella, so that was really lovely to hear a little a cappella section before the guitar came in, to really hear their voices and their harmonies.
Don't you stop loving me, don't quit loving me, just stop loving me. Oh.
I love their little backing vocal harmony parts there. They're not simple and harmonizing to the melody, they're more like percussion-y, like oohs and, you know, repeating the line, call and response kind of thing. It adds more texture, but more interesting texture.
But it loves me so good, and I can't get enough. Must be love on breath. Yeah. I'm no good without you.
That melisma from Leigh-anne there was so good. I love her tone of voice, it's just beautiful. But that melisma went really like downwards, it was beautiful. They've got this like sassy tone in their voices for this song. They've got something that's kind of adding to the sass. A lot of them, I think I've heard it in all of their parts now, they've all done like a little vocal break, and by that I mean like brain, that kind of thing. I don't even know the song. It seems to make it sound more sassy.
Must be love on the parade.
I like that. Yeah. That ending was beautiful. Yeah, it's crazy that they can sound so different individually, but yet when they're together it works and it sounds really blended. I think that's all for today. Thank you to those of you who did request these 3 videos and who liked the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have been getting a lot of video requests for Little Mix at the moment. I love Little Mix and I love Little Mix fans because you guys are like the most supportive people. I will definitely be doing more Little Mix reaction. However, I will just spread them out a bit. I don't want to be like every single week Little Mix after Little Mix after Little Mix, as much as I do love them and you guys, but I do want to spread them out a little bit. So feel free to request more. I will add them to my reaction playlist and I will get around to filming them eventually, but like I said, it won't just be one after the other. I will have gaps. However, I really do enjoy this style of video, so keep them coming, keep your requests coming, and I hope you enjoyed, and if you do, please give this video a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel if you want to stick around and see more of these reaction videos. So thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!